Move to the question 4, that is a planning question. And a student investigate the current required to melt different fuse wires. Shows a part of the circuit the student uses. The following equipment is also available. Fuse wire with selection of different diameters and metals, and all are of the same length. Okay, so whatever the information is given in the question, that cannot be used in the answer. Okay, so as they are telling you all the materials are of the same length, so you can't take this thing as the fixed variable. Okay, because that is already fixed, you don't have choice for that thing. So meter rule, ammeter, variable resistor, you have plan experiment to investigate how one factor affects the current required to melt a fuse. You do not need to write about safety precautions. Okay, so what we can think about how we can do this experiment. One way is I can use the length is same, but I can change the thickness. I can take more thicker wire, then I can increase the thickness of wire again the same, and I will check how much current can melt this thing, right? One way is this. So when you are doing this, when you are changing the thickness, what you have to keep constant, the material that we are taking, the metal, let's suppose you're taking the copper or the iron, you will use the same material, right? One is that way. Second, what we can do, we will take different materials, right? One time I will add copper here, one time I will add iron, but what I will keep constant, then I will keep the diameter constant. Okay, so it's your choice how you're doing. So let's do it with the diameter. Okay, so state the variable that you choose to investigate. What I'm going to investigate, okay, this part is for the 1 mark. Okay, so first we have to give the heading, that will be the independent variable. Independent variable is the one that you will change. Okay, so independent variable is diameter, you can say d of the wire, that I will choose independently. Okay, so for this you will get 1 mark. The next, complete the circuit diagram. Okay, so let's move to the circuit. What I have to do, I have to check the effect of current, right? So I have to measure that thing. So to measure current, what I need ammeter. I can install that ammeter in, ammeter is always installed in series. Okay, and then I will change the amount of current until that wire will melt, right? So how I can change the current? Current can be changed with the help of variable resistor. Okay, so this is a sign for variable resistor. Variable resistor. Okay, so you will get mark for this thing. Complete the circuit diagram. Then explain briefly how to do the investigation. Now this thing can give you maximum 2 marks. Okay, so this is the procedure that we have to follow. Okay, so what we can do, take wires of different diameters, measure diameter with help of micrometer, screw gauge. Then what we will do, now we will connect one fuse wire and turn on the power supply. Okay, so now the power supply is on, the wire is installed. What you have to do, you have to change the current, right, until the fuse will melt, and you will note the value from the ammeter. Now I will increase current, increase the value of current with help of variable resistor until fuse wire will melt. Okay, now what we will do, we will record the value of current from ammeter. Now we have to repeat this experiment with wires of different diameters. Okay, so we are done with the procedure. Now what's the next? State the key variable that you will keep constant. That is for the 1 mark. What we are keeping the constant, so the heading will be constant variable. Constant variables are, we are using same type of metal. Okay, the length of the wire you can't write because it is already given the question that the length is same, and you can't even write the temperature because temperature is not constant. If the temperature is constant, the wire is not going to melt, right? When you are increasing the current, the temperature will increase, so that is how the wire will melt. So you can't write the temperature in the constant variable, it will be taken as wrong. And next thing is, you have to draw the table with the column headings to display, and you're not required to write down the readings. Okay, in any question you don't have to write down the readings. So for the table we have one independent variable and one is the dependent variable. So we have measured the diameter, it will be in millimeters, and we have taken the values of current, that will be in ampere. Okay, that's it. You just have to write down the headings with the correct units. Okay, and that's it. You don't have to fill this table, and you will get 1 mark for this thing. And the last point, explain how to use your result to reach the conclusion. Okay, so for the this will be, okay, plot a graph of current against diameter of wire to compare the changes or the values, right? That is for the last 1 mark. So that is how you can get full marks in this question. Okay, so that's it. We're done with this paper. See you in the next video. Take care.